Welcome to RPG Book Club, the podcast where we play a little bit of a video game and talk about how it makes us feel. I'm Sam.
I'm Bernard.
And I'm Trish. I missed you, Bernard.
I missed doing this podcast with y'all too. I missed y'all.
I look forward to the day when you can play episode 1 of the Devil and revel in it with us.
Yes, I will play it. I promise.
But we're not talking about Of the Devil today. Today we are continuing our coverage of Digimon Stories Cyber Sleuth by starting Hacker's Memory and playing until we complete Chapter 3. Before we get started, how was your vacation, quote unquote, Bernard?
It was a vacation from the podcast, so it was not a vacation from work. Work continued to be crazy. So we launched a big new site a long time ago, and that was crazy. And then there kept being a series of complications. And now I think those complications are over, but there's a new complication, which is for various reasons, they need us to temporarily, for about a month, service the new site more often. The problem is we were already servicing it 5 times a week. So now we're servicing it 7 days a week. So I won't have any days off this month, except for I had already requested a day off on a Friday. I have to go to a wedding, and I also told them I can't work the Saturday after that Friday because I have to drive back to Austin. So I will have 2 days off for the rest of this month, and I think the first week of July.
Rough.
So
you better be getting a fuck ton of overtime.
I will, and that's good because I need money.
I do too.
So yeah, just stuff keeps happening constantly. Has anything else been going on in my life? I don't know. The big thing that happened is I have 2 computers. I have a Windows PC where I do most stuff, and then I have an old Mac set up in my closet where I do my recording because the acoustics are really nice in here. My Windows PC broke. I went to turn it on, and it said something like an error has occurred and your PC could not be repaired. And I was like, is that good? I took a picture of it and sent it to Sam asking if that was good. He told me it's not good.
No, it's not good.
I tried a few things, could not get it to work. And then I was like, is this a sign? Is it time to switch to Linux?
Hell yeah.
Oh, snap!
So I've installed Linux, Mint, Cinnamon, which sounds like a weird flavor combination. But yeah, I installed Linux. I haven't really done much yet. I installed it last night. I still have to get programs installed, and I probably won't be editing this episode. I usually edit the main series episodes, but I probably won't be editing this one because I am going to have to decide on and learn a new audio editing program because I was using a really weird, obscure, old ass program for some reason. It just worked well for my use case, and I don't know why I had it, but I was using it, and I don't want to name it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to use Reaper or something.
Yeah. What about you, Trish?
So, it's been a mixed couple things. I'm excited. I have only a 4-day work week next week because Juneteenth is a holiday now, which I have been made to understand there's a lot of complicated feelings about in different corners of the American Black community. But regardless, it's a day off, which I will happily take. And it's the day off that leads into my 10 days off vacation, which I'm really excited for. I'm going to go on a road trip to Canada.
Because those have gone so smoothly for you lately. You haven't come back from Canada with like 3 or 4 everything almost broke stories.
Listen, this time it'll be great.
Okay.
This time, listen, with the weather as it is, there can't possibly be an ice storm which floods my girlfriend's apartment and leaves her without power for almost a week. That can't happen again.
Surely not.
Not in this.
We are talking about Digimon. It might snow in July or whatever.
August 1st.
Yes,
Whatever
great
happens in
reference.
the first episode, I forget exactly when, but it
That
snows
it
in the
was
summer.
it was exactly that, and Bernard, that's such a good reference.
Yes.
Bigger issue. Without getting heavily into it. So fun fact, listeners, about your girl Trish. And her. If you're ever plotting revenge against me, or just in general seeking my downfall, you should know that I am really bad. Not just at procrastination, but the kind of procrastination where you're just like, "That's scary. I don't want to think about that," and I don't have to think about it or deal with that right now, so I won't. And I've tried to get better at that. I mostly have. And then I was reminded there's one thing I've been doing that with for 7 years now, which is my student loans. So I need to start paying on those, and that's really fucking with my finances and making me scared. Hopefully it won't be bad. Hope fingers crossed.
Good luck.
Thanks. I'm trying to be happy about we got unexpected Deltarune chapter 5 in 2 weeks, a week and a half. So I'm replaying the whole game on my Switch 2, possibly up to 3 times. Probably going to be replaying it all 3 times so I could do chapter 5 and it because my Switch 2 doesn't have any of the save data for my Switch because the universe is on fire. Yeah. But in good news, I read a really good book. I finished today reading The New Jim Crow. Highly recommended. If you've never read it, it's a great book about mass incarceration and about how we need to stop looking at that as just a criminal justice problem or just a like, oh, there's just some bad actors or whatever. But no, it's a racial caste system here in the United States, and it's awful. Really good book. And then I started reading going the complete opposite direction, reading Carmilla, which is a book from 1876, and it is the book that inspired Dracula.
Nice.
And I'm
Inspired
2/3 of the
Dracula
way
to
through.
do all the things he did.
Yes, exactly. Uh, I'm like 2/3 of the way through it. It's also very lesbian, which is of course part of why I'm reading it. But it's also just cool to be able to read this like very like formative piece of horror fiction that didn't got its thunder stolen by another book. And honestly, I feel like, and I've seen people talk about this, I think a lot of vampire tropes can actually be traced back to Carmilla and not Dracula.
Well,
Especially
I mean,
the
they
whole
can get traced
concept
back
of,
to Dracula, who then stole them from Carmilla. It's just
well,
one.
there's even cases where people get misattribute them to Dracula because Dracula
Oh, okay.
adaptations do them, but the book didn't.
Oh.
And the big example being the whole like, Dracula, the mysterious, sexy vampire, going to seduce this young woman and make her. It's like, from what I understand, I still need to read Dracula. First, not as much a thing in the book, unless you're counting Jonathan Harkness. But I said young woman, not young man. But Carmilla, yes, absolutely a thing. This is a hot lesbian vampire who is down to fuck this girl so bad, and this girl is being like, wow, she's saying a lot of strange things and I don't understand. She's really pretty though.
Wonderful.
And a lot of people keep mysteriously dying around here.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. What have you been up to, Sam?
So, let's see. This week was what happened this weekend?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, I think I haven't done much at all, but I think I think I might be done with Subnautica because all of the like I've done a bunch of cool like building a base and optimizing sort of things, and I've done a lot of the cool exploration sort of things. But if I explore any more, I have to like face the sea dragon, and I don't want to do all that. And I didn't come to the game for horror stuff, so I don't really feel like going and fighting the monsters. And I attempted this weekend to use the prawn suit, which is the underwater mech, instead of the submarine, which is big and unwieldy, and I wasn't having fun using it. But there was a guy on one of the forums, Reddit or Steam or something, who was like, I didn't like the Cyclops, which is the submarine. I didn't like that at all. So I just used the prawn suit and I put 2 grappling hook arms so I could just Spider-Man everywhere underwater. And so I was a lot more mobile in the prawn suit. And so I was doing that. And then I've found some monsters that could teleport you out of the prawn suit and just teleport you like 50 meters away and start slicing and dicing you, and that wasn't fun. And I don't think that I'm going to keep going. But I'm not all the way certain yet. Like uh, I've been I have been served a lot of Subnautica content on YouTube because I was looking up like where the hell do I get blah 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 videos, and seeing how much I have left, it's not a lot, and it is really interesting. And if I'm a little bitch baby who doesn't like go into open water, the big bad guys can't get me. So I might still beat it, but I'm not quite certain. Other than that, I successfully turned in a project at work, and they didn't immediately say, "Oh, hey, we actually need it to be different." And then I have another 3 weeks of work out of nowhere, and I have officially put that team on the okay, put in a ticket, and I'll get to that when I can section, which is wonderful. I started, or I was basically done with them in March, and it has been 3 months of, oh, hey, one more thing. And in my first 6 months in this position, I made 3 apps and also learned how to code in JavaScript. So I've been very, very slow going with this one, and I'm glad that it's over. Other than that, Bernard, you weren't here last week, but I have my purse was stolen in the most baffling way possible because they returned my D&D journal and my credit cards and my wallet, but not my purse and not my D&D dice and not any of the stuff inside of it. They like selectively turned things in, and I don't understand what they were doing or why. And I now have a new purse, and I was sewing patches on it earlier, and I stabbed the shit out of my finger. So all I can think of right now
Oh
is
no!
the Subnautica I was playing 30 minutes ago and the stab in my finger right now. And those are the two things that I've done this week, I think.
I also stabbed the shit out of my finger. I was unpacking a box of safety cutters, and the safety cutters weren't safe enough.
Damn.
So I stabbed the shit out of my finger on a safety cutter.
That's not safe.
No,
But
there was
you
a
know what
lot of
else isn't
blood.
safe? Under Kowloon level 1, apparently. So we should talk about that. All right, so a few weeks ago, Totina Freschetta's mental data was forcibly ejected from her body, and she began a journey to save the digital world. Meanwhile, unknown to her, there was another Digidestined beginning their own Digimon adventure, and no one told her about it at all. This Digidestined is, of course, Totino's DiGiorno. I mean, in my case, I'm playing a mod again, and this time I'm playing as Seo from Digimon World Dusk, but normally you can't be girl, you must be boy, so Totina's is back and better than ever.
This character is like more of it seems to be more of a specific character rather than a player avatar, which I guess is why that might be why you can't be girl, but also maybe after making the first game they realized that giving
They
you
were
an
bad at
option of
making
two
girl.
different main characters was more biting off more than they could chew.
Judging by the script from last game, entirely possible.
Yeah.
But the character's default name is Keisuke Amasawa, and I think you can only choose the first name, and
Yeah.
like his username is like AMA or something.
Yeah.
So its last name is definitely Amasawa.
Yes.
But yeah,
Totino's
it's Totino's
DiGiorno
DiGiorno.
Amasawa.
Yeah.
Totino's open quote DiGiorno close quote Amasawa.
Yes.
By the way, I
Oh.
was not gonna do. So I'm also doing the Seo mod. I wasn't going to, and then Sam tempted me with the fact that it's not just a character model change; they do also change the script, and that is catnip to me. So it did work.
Yeah, it's actually really well done. I'll go into a lot of cool things about it in the memorable moments. But for now, we need to see what Totino's is all about. So, much like last time, we start the game watching some users use Enjoy Chat, the VR chat room software that is wholly different from the full VR chat room software that the entire world runs on. Except instead of choosing a chat room, Totino's opens a terminal and hacks the mainframe to get into a secret hacker only chat room. Inside, we see a butterfly avatar, a little devil avatar, and Totino's duck face emoji avatar, discussing the fact that it's weird that they are using this other VR chat room that is wholly different from the full VR chat room software that the whole world runs on. The butterfly says that Enjoy Chat is hard to hack, so their client probably just wanted to show off and have the meeting there. We learned that the client is Zaxxon, Yugo's hacker group from the first game, and that our group is known as Hudie, and our leader is going to be here soon. Sure enough,
And for a long time, I'm reading this and I'm like, our hacker group is named Hudie?
yes,
But then
and
eventually
the Blowfish.
they later reveal that it's a Chinese word, but it doesn't have the like accent markers, so it doesn't look like a Romanized Chinese word. It just looks like Hootie. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
Hootie or Hootie,
hmm
depending on how you want to pronounce it.
Sure enough, our leader, a cute little dragon, shows up and he says that Zaxxon has asked Hudie to get to the bottom of who has been doing a bunch of account raiding recently. He also says that the new guy can go do it by himself as a test to make sure that he's good enough at hacking to join Hudie. The dragon tells Totino that he'll be there for support, so he doesn't have to like completely go it alone, but he'll still be mostly alone, and asks if he accepts the danger. And Totino says, I'll do it, open parent, tick, dot operator, lowercase omega, dot operator, apostrophe, closed parent. We then get a voiced FMV cutscene where Totino's talks aloud. We are not in protagonist syndrome land anymore. Totino's is officially just soft spoken. So Totino says that in all of the stories, there are great heroes doing great heroics, and there are countless NPC-ass people who aren't important and are living on the sidelines of the hero's life. Totino says that he came to terms with being an NPC a long time ago, but still, someday, he dreams he will be able to be a hero, and this is his story. It also is Titus's story, because Titus just likes to steal people's story. So Totino's lands in Kowloon, where his mission for Hudie is supposed to take place. He hasn't been here before, but he gets a call from the other members of Hudie, Ryuji, Chitose, and Erika. They go over the plan. The target is Yoji Shiga, a hacker who has been account raiding a lot over the last few months, and the goal is to sanction him so that he cuts that shit out. And by sanction, we of course mean beat the shit out of him and wreck his account, making him unable to log into Eden with the account that he's still with ever again. Chitose sends Totino's a malware to spy on people's digivices, and he says to use it if someone looks shady, and everybody wishes him luck. After talking to a few hackers, he finds a shady guy who refuses to talk to him about Shiga, so Totino's hacks his digivice so he can spy on his conversations. And sure enough, later the hacker gets a call from Shiga, so Totino's calls Hudie. Chitose says that the malware we installed not only can listen in, but can trace the location of the person on the other end, and Erika uses that information to point us towards Shiga's location. And Ryuji says that he'll be right there to help us out, and Chitose and Erika will stay behind. So then Totino's turns to the camera and says, I bet you're wondering how I got into this mess.
Not particularly. I mean,
So-
I'm just following along.
So one day recently, Totino's found out that he couldn't log into Eden anymore because his account had gotten raided by a hacker. He got set up with a temporary account, but in this day and age, everyone has an account, so if you're on a burner account, it's suspicious as hell. So everyone accused Totino's of being a hacker, and he received a lot of shit for that at school, with only his best friend Yu who believed him. That's right, his name is Yu. Yu is not Yugo, though he has gray hair like Yugo. But Yugo is actually Yuko, and Yu is not Yuko either. But you are not Yuko or Yugo or you. You're you. Any questions?
Okay, first of all, who's on first? Second of all, I just have to say, you has the like when you him you, I was like, are you sure? Because the gender question mark on this character is like, I don't know.
Yeah, they do at some point use he him pronouns because I was like, I have no idea. I have no idea with you. I was like, I'm guessing it's a masculine name because Yu is the name of the main character in Persona 4, but it also might be a neutral name, so I don't no.
Yeah, but it's also established that you from Persona 4 is a lesbian, so who can say? But so these notes I will try and write as much in the third person as possible instead of using you or we like I sometimes do, because there's too many yous in this damn game. So when Totino's was down in the dumps from having his account hacked, he received an anonymous tip from a hacker named Kay, who told him that he's found who it was who raided his account, Yoji Shiga, and if Totino's wants his account back, he's going to have to deal with Shiga to get it. Kay said that they are a guardian of Eden, and they won't forgive any acts of barbarism that take place there, so he's going to help Totino's get his account back, and there's definitely no ulterior motives that will be the driving mystery behind this game for a while here, no siree.
Not.
You told Totino's not to trust a hacker to help him fight a hacker to prove that he's not a hacker, because it's kind of not smart, but Totino's was determined, so you decided to help Totino's instead of stopping him. You said that Kowloon is a hive for hackers and stuff, and there's supposedly a hidden black market around there that Totino's could snoop around for info. You said he'll go with Totino's later, but Totino's doesn't want his friend to get involved or hurt, so he headed to the black market alone. The black market is a place that sells Digimon. There, he ran into an expository hacker who explained that Digimon started showing up in Eden a few years ago, and they are really good at hacking programs, but since Digimon capture is so slow, rare Digimon can go for a pretty penny, so a black market has grown up around people who capture rare Digimon and sell them. So to try to fit in, Totino's decided to buy a Digimon, but they are way outside of his price range. So Totino's asked about the trio of Digimon rookies that cover the data, virus, and vaccine types that are right over there. And the seller said that those are worthless scrap and they haven't been selling, so he was just going to delete them anyways, so he'll sell them for Totino's on the cheap. So we get to pick our starter out of Tentomon from Digimon Adventure, or Betamon or Gatsumon from Digimon Adventure 02. Gotsumon is mid, but this is a much better selection than Hagurumon last game. Who did y'all pick?
I picked Betamon. That's the one with the mohawk, right?
Yeah, Betamon's cool.
Well, the mod I'm using changes the starters available.
Yes.
So I chose Lalamon, the little weird flower thing with a little propeller,
So
which is
did
not
I.
what I would have usually chosen. But I looked up, because I only got Crusadermon after I beat the game last time, I can't allow that to stand, and so I need to get Crusadermon immediately with my starter. So that's the starter that is the easiest to get to Crusadermon.
Nice.
It also, I didn't realize, was fucking hard mode.
Yeah, but you can just digivolve real quick and get away from all of that. But I also got Lalamon, and it was hilarious in the mod because the dialogue has been changed and the little picture that pops up has been changed, but the model was not swapped out in the overworld. So Tentomon walks up, waves at me, and then he speaks with Lalamon's visual novel thing, and it's very good. After purchasing his digital bestie, Totino's revealed that he didn't even have a Digimon capture program, much less was he an elite hacker and user of Digimon. Totino said to release all of the scrap Digimon instead of deleting them, and the merchant said no and summoned his Ogremon and Devimon to attack Totino's. But just then, Akihiko Sonata shows up with his Cyberdramon to deflect their attack and save Totino's butt.
Oh my gosh, he is Akihiko.
Yeah, I've been wondering what character he reminds me of, and oh my god, that is it. He just is Akihiko.
That's right. This is, of course, Ryuji Mishima, the leader of Hudie. He said that sending 2 Digimon after one person isn't fair in a purely numerical sense, and gave Totino's a Digimon capture app so that he could join Ryuji in fighting Ogremon and Devimon. Your starter decided to fight with you, even though you never captured or converted it, which is curious, except it's not curious because we've played one of these games already. So maybe Totino's isn't just an NPC after all. Totino's and Ryuji kicked the merchant's butt, and by that I mean Totino's was also there. Cyberdramon is an ultimate, and Devimon and Ogremon are champions, and our little buddy is a level 5 rookie, so Totino's barely did a damn thing.
This game's I won't even say difficulty curve, but like the perceived difficulty curve at points is ridiculous.
Yeah. After the battle, Ryuji said that hacker culture is that whatever whoever wins says goes, and what Ryuji says is that the merchant needs to cut out attacking people and let the scrap run free. And after prodding from his friends who know who Ryuji is, he agreed. So Ryuji told Totinos to be careful in Kowloon because hackers are going to shake you down no matter where you go, and he asks him to follow him out of the black market so that he doesn't get attacked again. Outside, the scrap Digimon ran off, but your starter chose to stay. Ryuji asked why some high schooler would risk coming all the way down here without a Digimon, and Totinos spilled the beans about his account getting raided, but he leaves any mention of K out of it. He's not sure why he did that, but he didn't want to let Ryuji know about K yet. Ryuji said he was also after Shiga because his client hired him to take care of him and offered to let Totinos join his group, provided he could prove he was worth a damn. Totinos turns back away from the camera and time continues happening in the present tense instead of the past tense. Ryuji arrives and the two of them head off after Shiga. They find him attempting to capture Agumon and Gabumon, and he asks them for help, but instead, Totinos and Ryuji just let Agumon and Gabumon go so that they can go meet Nokia. Shiga is like, "Oh crap, you're from Zaxxon, aren't you?" And Ryuji says that in the name of the Yugo, I'll punish you. Shiga only has a Golemon, so we kick his ass real easy, and Shiga begs us for mercy. Ryuji says that he'll go easy on us if he gives Totinos his account back, but Shiga has never seen or heard of Totinos before. He isn't the one that stole his account. He proves it to Ryuji, and while Ryuji is verifying that Totinos is not on the list, he runs off, but he doesn't get very far before an eater materializes and sits on him. Totino says that they have to help, but Ryuji is like, "Don't be dumb. That's what killed Hugo last game," and he and Totinos run to safety. Yes, Trish?
I just that's just sitting on him. Yeah, that is basically what happened.
Yeah, and that is what happened to Hugo, so.
They just get sat on.
After getting to safety, Ryuji says that being with Hudie is going to be as dangerous as this almost was, and will continue to be that way. So if he wants to get out, it's no big deal, but if he doesn't want to get out, he officially passed the test, so he can join the group. Totinos and Ryuji log out, and it goes perfectly normal for Totinos. Wouldn't it be weird if something bad happened to you at logout? Back in Hudie's internet cafe, Ryuji tells Totinos to go get Erica from her room so that the gang can debrief, but Totinos forgets to knock before he comes in, which pisses Erica off, so she smacks him with her combination plushie keyboard named Mimiton. Erica is a weirdo basement dweller type nerd, and her plushies and computer are all that she cares about. And after she beat Totinos with Mimiton, it damaged it, so now she won't talk to Totinos at all until everyone gets there. A little later, Ryuji shows up with Chitose, the lovable scamp of this game.
Well, he's a scamp. More lovable than
Arata.
What's his name? Arata Sonata.
Absolutely. So he fixes Mimiton for Erica, and the debrief can continue. Hudie's client hired them to destroy the target's account, so they need to see what happened to Shiga after that weird monster attacked him. But when they try and check on his account, they only get an error back. That weird monster thing must have been a bug, but who ever heard of a bug that deletes accounts? But, I mean, if his account is bugged, then the case is over. Chitose and Ryuji formally introduce themselves, and they give Totinos the lowdown on how Hudie operates. They are digital handymen, and they take on cases in Eden for whoever can pay, and that is almost always Zaxxon. Which is fine by them because Zaxxon and Hudie's goals align very closely. They both don't like bullies who go around messing with people, and they want Eden to be a good place for everyone. Ryuji has to go man the front of the house real quick, so he leaves. Oh yeah, their internet cafe is not just their secret hideout, it's also a real actual internet cafe ran by Ryuji and Erica to fund Hudie's endeavors.
I love the setup here so much. I have so many things to talk about how much I think the what's going on here is just so much more interesting than it was last game.
Absolutely. So Chitose gives Totinos the tutorial on how to get to Eden and take on cases, which involves just sitting at a computer and choosing it from a menu, and it is so refreshing. The first cases you take are just tutorials, and they're there to get Totinos to meet some of the recurring characters from the series. He runs into the Occult Club and Detective Matayoshi, who seems to know Ryuji, but we don't really know what's going on there, and he also glimpses Totina a few times. And he meets Kyoko for the second time. They had met once before in Shinjuku, and Totinos helped her with a case, but they don't go into details. When I was rewatching this for notes, I was like, wait, did I miss something? And no, they talk about it off screen and don't go into it. He also runs into Yu, who is worried about Totinos, and tells him to never run off again without him into a hacker's den. But Totinos tells him that that's not going to happen because he's now a hacker, and he joined Hudie, so Yu says to at least bring Yu along next time. After completing those errands for Chitose, Chitose asks Totinos to come with Erica to Eden to run some maintenance on some malware that they have set up. So this malware is installed into Digimon, and they're installed specifically into baby Digimon because they're easier to modify. Higher level Digimon are more powerful, but their security is more robust, and you can't overwrite their personality for some reason. Erica has learned the basics of Digimon-based hacking, but she says she doesn't like to do it. So she just hacks the old-fashioned way, but she's really, really good at it, so she can keep up with hackers who do use Digimon. One of the Digimon malware reports seeing something undetectable, which doesn't make any sense, so Erica and Totino's ask around, and there are rumors of a purple-haired witch with her 2 lesbian cats stalking around Kowloon, which is crazy, because the NPCs of Eden are all Mr. Navitz, and the humans have to make their avatars look exactly like themselves for some reason, so there shouldn't be a cat in Eden anywhere.
For some reason, it's the law.
It's the
Apparently.
fucking law.
There's NPC
even we
dialogue that
hackers.
establishes that it's the law.
I just thought our characters from last game were just completely unoriginal and just dressed like themselves in Second Life. So Totinas and Erica head to Kowloon, where they run into Angelwomon and Lady Devimon in cat form, but they disappear into thin air. Erica traces them and finds a hidden room in cyberspace, which is, of course, the digital lab, and the purple-haired witch is, of course, Mireille. She's surprised that we were able to hack our way in here and says that she's tasked with watching over the threads of fate and is surprised that there are 2 of them, but oh well. She also gives Totino hacking skills, including the most important hacking skill that was missing from the last game, acceleration. It doubles your movement speed. Bless up.
There are so many new skills.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all have acceleration unlocked or not because I'm, again, playing the single Digimon challenge, so I have the mod that gives me all the hacking skills for free, but I'm not mad that I get to move twice as fast.
I do not have it unlocked. I have no idea what unlocks it.
It should tell you in your trainer menu.
It's somewhere in the menu. I haven't
don't like
bothered
looking at tutorials.
I just digivolve my Digimon, and whatever hacker skills I have, those are the ones I have.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So Mireille gives Totinos the URL for the Digilab so he can just log in from his computer, and he leaves. Outside, Erica technobabbles about how cool the Digilab's existence is when the gang hears a shriek. A cute little Wormmon is being terrorized by a cannon Beamon, and Totinos hops to it and saves him.
You know, if you had shown me Wormmon and told me Wormmon is cute, I would have been like, sure, okay. But after playing the first 3 chapters of this game, I think Wormmon is pretty cute.
Yay, good, because Wormmon is one of the cutest fucking Digimon in the anime. I love that little bitch.
They managed to endear Wormmon to me.
I also want to point out, up to this point, for this boss fight, the game has not given you a lot of opportunity or room for grinding, I felt like. So
Yeah.
I got to this fight, and I was like, maybe level 8, still a rookie. And when you have a type weakness by being data against the virus, this fight sucks.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have a poison ability, and poison's actually apparently broken in this game, so that made it doable, but it still sucked.
After the battle, Erica hacks the Wormmon to heal him, and Wormmon is so grateful. He's been bullied ever since he left his hometown, the digital world. I don't know this Wormmon's pronouns, but the one in Adventure is he, him, and so I see him and I think of the Digimon Adventure one. So apologies if this is a girl Wormmon.
It's fine. As Renamon said in Tamers, Digimon are kind of about gender anyway.
Yeah. Erica says that it's silly to think that Digimon have a hometown because they're just programs, and Wormmon says it's silly to think that Digimon don't have a hometown and that they're just programs. Erica says that she doesn't believe Wormmon, but also doesn't not believe him, so he can come with her and live in her computer, not as her partner or whatever, because she doesn't like Digimon and doesn't want to ever use Digimon, but just because he has nowhere else to go.
I mean, her position is sound, philosophically speaking. He has not given enough proof to believe he is telling the truth, but neither is there enough proof to believe he is actively lying and not telling the truth. So disbelievable without, like, anti-belief is the logical answer.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Ryuji runs into Faye and Arata, and he hates Arata, so Ryuji is cool in my book.
Agreed.
Apparently, Ryuji and Chitose were in the Judes back in the day, and Arata did what Arata does best and betrayed them somehow, so they left to form Hudie. Back with Totinos, he gets a call from Kei, who says that he's sad to hear that Shiga wasn't the one who stole Totinos' account, but he thinks he knows who else it could be. Toru Koyaba. He collects accounts and uses them to extort people and businesses for money, so he might have Totinos' account, and Totinos should go find and stop him. He also says not to trust Hudie, since they're hackers after all, and Kei is his only true ally. He hangs up, and Totinos does a few cases that aren't important when Ryuji gets the gang together because a new case just came in. Zaxxon has hired Hudie to take out the person who had hired Shiga to steal the accounts, some weird guy named Mephisto, the very same masked hacker that we fought in the last game. Ryuji tells Totinos to go and talk to hacker teams that have had known dealings with Mephisto before to see if he can learn anything. And in short, no, he doesn't learn anything. In long, you have to do a long trek through Kowloon with tamer battles every frickin' step, and it's annoying. After we're done wasting our time, Chitose chimes in to tell Totinas that the hacker team Steam dealers have been gaining a lot of influence lately, and they seem to maybe also be bankrolled by Mephisto, like Shiga was. Erica gets their IP address, and Ryuji and Totinos and Chitose head over to scope them out. They are all losers who wear gas masks on their avatar, so they make fake gas mask noises into their microphones at their computer, and Hudie makes fun of them for being losers.
It's so good.
Ryuji asks them about Mephisto, but they won't talk about him until we do a Dominion battle with him. A new turn-based tactical capture the flag version of battles that is neat, but very slow.
I'm not sure about neat.
I like it. I think it's cool.
Maybe
they
it
do-
will blossom mechanically later.
Yeah.
Although, if I were a betting man, I would bet on this happening exactly 3 times in the game.
No, they actually use it a whole lot of times. And
Oh,
they
neat.
do develop it mechanically, so...
I do like conceptually the idea of, I'm actually working with my hacker team.
Yeah, so that's the thing is, it's like, gameplay-wise, is this, like, riveting and novel? No. But it is conceptually very interesting in a way that is pushing forward the general thematic change we're getting in this game of you are the new person on a team of hackers who all work together. And that, in general, is just all of the little things they do to make it feel different from the first game. It's such a huge change. I want to talk about this more in Mid-Moms, but I really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a new coat of paint, it feels like. It's actually, like, meeting me halfway on making me feel like what the game is what it pretends to be.
Mm-hmm. After the fight, they threaten to sick Totinos on the Steam dealers if they don't spill the beans about Mephisto, and the threat works. They give Hudie the URL for the meeting place where they were supposed to meet Mephisto. So Ryuji and Totinos head over, while Chitose hangs back to work out a new gentleman's agreement with the Steam dealers. They arrive at the meeting place with Mephisto, and he's normal. He's an account raider, but he's not screaming, "Accounts, accounts, feed me your accounts," like he did before. Ryuji tells him to hand over the account data, and he says no, and fights us with his Growlmon as he did before. After we beat him, he gets all glowy and black for some reason, and then runs off. We chase after him, but before we can get there, we see that Totina has already met up with him and had the boss battle from the first game. One of Mephisto's lackeys says that Mephisto has been acting weird lately, but not nearly as weird as this was. Back at the hideout, the gang hypothesizes about how a Digimon might be able to control a human's mental data in Eden, which would be crazy if that could happen. Wormmon traces the rest of the accounts that Mephisto stole to a bank server, so Ryuji and Totinos head out to the server to try and get them back. So they do a dungeon that involves a lot of switch flipping, and eventually they do gain access and recover the stolen accounts, but Totinos' account is not in there. But accessing the files trips the security, and the hacker responsible for securing this place shows up. It's the corrupt businessman, Toru Kayaba. He says some evil businessman things about money, and Ryuji says, "I feel like popping this guy in his mouth," so we do that.
And then he pulls out I don't remember what Mega Gargamon, it's not Mega Gargamon, the fucking, that is
Yeah,
like either
Rapidmon.
ultimate or mega level fucking Digimon that I was like,
Yeah.
excuse me, this is chapter 3, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's usually put up with Magnamon, who is treated
Yeah.
as a royal knight, which is a mega, and not only does he have a Rapidmon G, he has 2 Clockmon, which are I think they're champions, but still it's like the average level is gigantically high, and I almost quit doing the challenge, but I pulled it out at the end.
The thing is, it was those Clockmon, I think, who made this fight really fucking difficult on, at least for me, because they have, I don't know what's with their move, their clock out or whatever it's called move. I'm gonna guess it's a fixed damage move. It seems like
it is.
It is. So I had one of those because I had a black Gatomon who has a fixed damage type 1, which also can inflict panic, which is part of how I won. But It turns out having 2 enemies in a boss battle who can both do fixed 100 damage a turn this early in the game,
Mhm.
horrible,
Yeah.
evil.
Yeah. Imagine the fact that one Digimon has around 300 health, and you can see why I almost gave up.
This is like for people who are more Pokemon centered in the audience. Imagine going to the second gym in a Pokemon game, and it's a Dragon gym, and every Pokemon knows Dragon Rage.
Yeah. After we're done popping this guy in the mouth, we copy all of his logs and threaten to go public with his shady business deals if he ever account raids again. Kayaba tells us that he wasn't working with anyone but Mephisto, so he doesn't know who has Totinos' account. But he's heard that Akira Hosaka has been raiding a bunch of accounts lately, and so we should check in to him. Back in the real world, Ryuji asks why Totino thought that Kayaba would have his account, since that wasn't part of their mission brief at all, and they didn't even know that Kayaba would be there. They were going after Mephisto. He asks if Totino's had been tipped off in any way, but before he can tell the gang about Kay, he hears Yu getting bullied nearby. Totino's runs over to help him, and Totino's reputation as a hacker has grown enough that the bullies are afraid of him, so they run off. And Yu is pissed. He didn't ask for no help, so he yells at Totino's and runs off. Totino's is perplexed and doesn't chase after him. As he gets around the corner, Yu is like, "What the fuck just came over me?" And then a voice in his head answers him, saying that it can't be helped, and that Totino's probably understands because he's such a chill guy. Yu doesn't answer, but he looks concerned. Meanwhile, Erica is on her computer when she gets a huge migraine or something and clutches her head. Wormmon asks if she's okay, and she says that she is and to not worry about her. Then she mumbles something to herself about the digital world. What could this be about? What other characters from Cyber Sleuth are going to show up in the next scene and piss me off? Who is Akira Hosaka and who is Kay? We'll find out answers to maybe some of these questions next week, but for now, our memorable moments.
Like Trish said, and Sam, you might have said too, the theming of this game, the structure of this game, it's a lot cooler than we're at the world's shittiest detective agency doing the shittiest detective gigs.
Yeah.
I like it a lot from a narrative storytelling perspective. So far I like it a lot more than the beginning of Cyber Sleuth. There's not a standout character like Nokia so far, unfortunately.
Sadly,
But
no.
there's not a standout bad character like Arata. So,
So it does kind of balance out, yeah.
although
Yeah, no.
Arata is there, but we mainly just see him for people to be like, "Oh man, fuck that guy."
Yeah. Can you believe that this game, this combo pack, tries to get you to play this game first, seeing how much this game references the first game? It's silly. I don't understand it.
I don't either. So, when I was bringing up how I love the theming, it specifically made me think of the difference between Sly Cooper 1 and 2, weirdly enough, of how the first Sly Cooper game is truly just a platformer of the era, which is themed like a thief game, but doesn't have a lot of thief anything going on. And then the second game actually makes it thiefy and heisty and does a lot to make that theme come through. And that's what this feels like, because it's like, yeah, the first Cyber Sleuth, yeah, sure, it's a hacking. Yeah, you hack by going into a computer and flying around in cyberspace and doing whatever. Sure, I guess. It never felt like the fact that your character was half digital and so got to just kind of cheat everything by doing that, and you were also, like you said, the shittiest detective agency in the world. Like the theming just felt kind of confused and weird, and here it's much more cohesive. Like, your equivalent of the blackboard is also the thing that can take you to the Digilab. It can also take you to it's all these things put together. And when you go to, like, oh, I'm gonna go check my like my email to see if I have any new jobs, it's your character shown injecting code into it to like peel back the layer of the program to reveal like the weird hacker version of the mail thing. And I was like, this is just fun. It makes it feel like this is a public computer that you are able to get more out of because you know shit about computers.
It does sort of bother me that it'll be like, I'm sitting at the computer doing Eden stuff. Now I've finished my stuff in Eden, so I can go to the board and finish the quest. In between that, for some reason, I've stood up from the computer, and now I need to sit down at the computer again and do the log into the computer animation again.
Okay, yeah, that is weird. I do think so. After some of the quests we do, you also get access to the black market digital thing where you can buy Digimon, and that feels weird thematically. And I'm like, I understand the purpose of this because like it is just so much easier to do that if you're like trying to go for a specific Digimon than keep grinding until you get enough scans to get whoever you want. Yeah, but I don't know. It feels weird. It's really convenient. Like a lot of things in this game, it feels like a thing people noticed as a gameplay issue in the first game, and so now they're like, don't worry, we've got this.
Yeah. Totino's says when it first gets added that he feels weird about it. So I don't remember if that has anything to do with anything or if it's just hanging a lantern on the fact that he just got mad at people for selling Digimon and then goes to buy them. So we'll see if it does anything later. I honestly do not remember.
Also fun new thing. Speaking of new things, two of them. First of all, where last game we had all of those, we still have them here, but we had a lot of those like walls where it was like, oh, you need to have X Digimon of X rank in order to do the hacker thing to bust down the wall. There's things like that I was confused at first. I was like, wait, why? I'm trying to do the thing, it's not letting me. No, you talk to the wall, and then you're like, no, I am gonna do this, and then it's like, okay, boss battle against this fucking wall now.
I love a boss
Which-
battle against a wall.
I
I say that I'm mainly thinking of Final Fantasy, and in those are really scary. So I maybe not those wall boss battles.
I find it nice how that is a easier, like, I only found it weird and off-putting because I was so used to how it was last game. This is actually, it makes more sense to me. And then there's the whole thing where you go into other hackers' territory and you have hackers hanging out like they're fucking Pokemon trainers ready to kick your ass on sight. And I love it. I love it. It really adds the feeling of like there's different hacker gangs with different hacker turfs on Kowloon, and the theming with the different gangs all having different, like it's the fucking old man gang.
I love the old man gang.
And there's the all-girl gang who go to Nakano, and I'm just like, I love this. This is just really fun, and it's good for grinding.
Speaking of the all-girl gang that goes to Nakano, that recolor of the generic girl hacker NPC, top-notch, 10 out of 10.
So good.
Very good.
I love the Under Kowloon music so much.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
I forgot that that's my Vita home screen music because I have the Hacker's Memory theme because I own Hacker's Memory on the Vita. I bought it. I didn't just steal it because I'm into Digimon a lot. So when it kicked in, oh shit, I forgot. Like this is just my Vita song. I forgot. Like I knew it was from Hacker's Memory, but it still was like, oh shit, I know that girl.
I love that. I really appreciate with the mod there is a bit where I can't remember his name. Discount Ryuji.
Chitose?
Is Chitose. Chitose goes to give you a nickname. And I really appreciate how clear it is that the mod completely changed what's going on there, because his nickname with the mod on is stuff being like, something like kitty related. Like, because your character, Kaseo's got like a little cat ear hat on.
Yeah, the mod is like 90 times better than the Arena mod was. Like we said, they fixed the pronouns and the physical descriptions, but it backfires in the scene with the Steam dealers because in the original, it's like this boy Keisuke is going to beep you in the beep so hard that you beep. And now this cute little girl is going to beep on your beep till you beep. And it means a whole different thing.
I still love that bit. That was, and the fact that she is so much shorter than Keisuke, like she is truly like 4'0" nothing. It's really funny. She's just like, yeah, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. Get away from me.
So I was really surprised that you couldn't be a girl because in the key art you have for the first game you have boy Totinos and girl Totina there, and then in the key art for this game you have Keisuke and Erica, and I thought Erica was just the girl protagonist, so I was like, whoa, you can't be a girl. And then I get to the nicknaming scene, and Chitose tries to combine newbie and nobody into no booby, and I'm like, well, yeah, guess no booby because we can't be a girl.
But that's why I can't play with this not modded, because I need booby. It's required.
I will say I love Keisuke's character design. It's kind of bland, which is obviously the point, but it's kind of weird. He looks kind of weird, and I love his innocent whistling animation. I guess y'all are playing with different character models, but
yeah, but I've played with Keisuke before.
I've still seen I've seen Keisuke stuff, and I agree. Actually, Keisuke's model is great. He reminds me the most of and I don't remember the character name right now, and I feel bad. One of the main characters from Durarara. There's a character there whose whole thing is like, oh, he's just an ordinary average dude who kind of wishes he was the protagonist, and just very similar vibes.
Also, I love how in Keisuke's key art, like it's really striking art. Like the way how the the shadow on the inside of his jacket is yellow. It looks really cool.
Yeah,
there's like an emphasis on his eyes, almost like a underlining of his eyes. I think it also makes the eyes pop a little bit.
The only bad part about Keisuke's character design is he has the worst goggles of any gogglehead in the entire world. They are unwieldy and huge and look stupid, and
they're not really goggles, but they can't.
Yeah.
He can't have actual goggles. He's not a protagonist.
That's right. He has to have hacker VR goggles. So if you go to the Eden front area, you can talk to all of the NPCs who have variations on their same NPC dialogue that they gave Totina. So this really is just the one thing they like to talk about. It's not the same exact thing. It's just they're talking about the same concepts. And in Cyber Sleuth, I think it's a girl NPC. She's like, oh my god, I love your goggle type Digivice. I just have the basic cell phone type that most people do. And so you go and talk to her here. She's like, oh my god, you have the visor type Digivice. I love that so much. I just have the cell phone one that most people do. And in the mod, they changed it to, oh, you have the necklace type because Seo is from Digimon season 5 times, and so she has a season 5 Digivice around her neck, and it's cute. There's just a person who really likes Digivices but just wants the cell phone kind.
Well, just has the cell phone kind. Sounds like she probably just can't afford a cool one.
Maybe.
One thing that is nice narratively about this game is it's a lot breezier because we don't need a lot of world building. We know what Kamashiro Enterprises is. We can just offhand reference that.
Yeah.
Also, one, we know what Eden Syndrome is. Two, we don't have the whole bizarre setup of Totina becoming half digital, and apparently that means something, and we have to understand that.
Yeah.
I say that that's hard to understand, as if one of my favorite games isn't Xenoblade Chronicles 2, where you have to figure out what a blade and a driver are and all that.
So, question, Bernard, is your Totina, your protagonist from the first game, is it the right protagonist or is it the other one?
It's the dude that I played as.
It's the dude.
Okay. Yeah, mine was a dude, and like
Same.
I don't know if the mod changes it or if it's randomized or what, but like you bring over all of your whole Pokédex. You bring over your a couple items from the end game. It's definitely using your other save file, but for me it's dude Totino's. And
I was going to ask about that. It seems utterly bizarre that they wouldn't do that.
I don't understand it all.
Make it the protagonist you chose before. I can see two explanations. One, mods are fucking something up as possible. Two, maybe since these were originally two different SKUs, maybe they just didn't have a way on the original Vita version to read
Mhm.
the other game's data and do that. So they were just like, well, obviously the character is gonna be a dude because who would
Oh
want to be
no,
a girl?
Let's Play I was using had Totina, so I thought the same thing. I thought it was like, oh, they just defaulted to the boy, but no, they had Totina in the thing.
Oh, I
So
guess
Oh,
it
so
must
it's
be
just the
mods
mod?
messing
Okay.
something up.
yeah,
But
uh,
yeah, it was the boy for me, and I played as the boy in the first game. I
uh,
was gonna ask, and then I was like, well, I'm not sure if it might be weird because of mods. I don't know how
yeah.
mods work.
Speaking of gender, though, the reason I was
Oh,
asking is because
do go on.
I didn't know if this was a hint that this isn't like if this is an alternate turn of events or whatnot. I again don't remember the intricacies of this half of the plot. I remember character moments. Is all I remember from Hacker's Memory. But all of the people you talk to about the ghost of the pale boy are 100% certain that it's the ghost of the pale girl, and they look at you weird when you say ghost of the pale boy. And I don't know if this is a joke about Yuko or if this is a sign that something is different this time around
Oh, I think
because
That's what I
I-
thought. I
it's
thought it was something is different this time around.
I think
yeah.
it's definitely there's something weird going on because there are multiple references to it, and there are things like someone will mention there are multiple mentions of the ghost of the pale boy, and then someone's like, I had heard of a ghost of a pale boy, but I'm sure I saw a girl, and
Yeah.
I'm like, well, for one thing, Yugo, I take a look at Yugo. I could go either way on
Yeah.
what's going on there, but yeah, so I there's definitely something going on.
Yeah. And in Murray's, like, oh, I wasn't expecting to follow another thread, she mentions, like, oh, I didn't think there would be another fork or something like that. She uses the word fork.
You mean when I
And
go to a fancy restaurant?
and so it could be that we're in an offshoot timeline or something, but we will see as we go along. Because again, I'm not just playing dumb. I really don't remember anything about this game. Any other min moms before we wrap this up?
No.
I don't
So,
think so. Yeah.
oh, I was going to talk about my challenge this time around. So, part of the challenge is that I have it set where I can't digivolve to a a new level past rookie until I run into one in a random battle, which made it where I was fighting Rapidmon G with a single rookie, and it was really really hard. But because I have the mod to do the shops overhaul, I can buy experience points. So I just leveled myself up to level 30, and then targeted the Clockmon right away, and getting a couple lucky rolls, I was able to get through it. But the Dominion battle before you go in, it's like, make sure you have 3 Digimon. This is going to be a special hard one. And I'm like, nah, I'm fine. And those are much harder when you only get one turn, because every battle the other team gets 3 turns and I only get one, and everyone's ganging up on me. But thankfully Ryuji and Chitose have a full team, so it makes it not impossible.
It kind of sounds like you're playing this game incorrectly.
I absolutely am, and it's fun. Last game I
Happy
made
for
it
you.
all the way through, but the reason I wanted to do it this time is because, as you remember, I had to start over halfway through, so I had not just mods but cheats on, so that I could hurry up and get back to where I was, and so it felt like I was not doing the actual challenge. So this time I wanted to try and do it actually, and we'll see if I make it through, because it would be real great to have something higher than a rookie right now. But that will do it for the week. If you like what you heard today, you can head on over to www.rpgbook.club, where any and all donations will help us offset the cost of running the show. If you decide to donate $1 or more a month, you'll become one of our gadabouts and get access to our bonus feed filled with aftershows for every episode, as well as bonus seasons of the show, such as Tales of Podcastia and the Escape Pod. If you up your donation to $5 or more each month, you can become one of our warriors and get your name read at the end of every episode, a little like this. Shoutouts to Dragonslayer19, Freddy Rodriguez, and JFro Prime. And then if you really, really love us and you want to be a luminary, you can donate $20 or more a month and get a short one-sentence shout-out or advert read at the end of each episode, a little like this. Shoutouts to Cerebral Wind, who says, Happy Pride, be gay, punch a transphobe, and support small businesses, streamers, and podcasts. And shoutouts to El Tantavi, who wants you to check out aftermath.site, a worker-owned reader-supported news site covering video games, the internet, and the cultures that surround them. Shoutouts to Kildranas, who says to check out Podcasters Assemble. It's a documentary-style, crowdsourced movie hype and rewatch podcast. Every season, podcasters from around the world are assembled to review, reminisce, and riff on a popular franchise. And then shoutouts to Vimke, who says, Aglamine jerked her head downward. And then shoutouts to It's Clear Time, who says, for you TTRPG nerds, check out Fabula Ultima. I'm not affiliated with the game, I just think it's neat. For RPG Book Club, I've been Sam.
I'm Bernard.
And I'm Trish.
Toodaloo, folks.
Bye-bye.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever rehearse when you do notes?
No.
I would recommend it.
It's a great way to edit your notes in a way that makes it they're easy for you to speak out loud.
Reading through it once will take like 20 minutes and save you like an hour of editing.
Yeah, it's true. But that would require me to finish my notes at least 20 minutes before it's time to record, and I almost never can do that.